Substitute teaching is an essential job that keeps students on track when their teachers are out, both short and long-term positions to help provide continuity in learning. Joining us today is President of Kelly Education, Nicola Suarez, to discuss the benefits of substitute teaching and the current teacher shortage. First of all, what is the current demand for substitute teachers in the U.S.?
Thank you, Claudia, and thank you for having me today. The demand here in the U.S. is just crushing. That's how I characterize it. It's a national crisis. Every public school district, every charter, parochial, independent, all looking for teachers. And of course, then that drives our substitute teacher services. And so, when you think about, is it because of the pandemic? No, our teacher vacancy issue was well underway before the pandemic, but certainly during the pandemic, it has exacerbated the need. So a service like ours is becoming what I would say an essential service to be able to support that continuity of instruction in the classroom every single day.
And what experience, qualification, and credentials are required to become a substitute educator? And then what positions are available?
Yeah, it really depends on where you are in the US. Some states, like the state of Florida, might require a GED or an equivalent of a high school diploma. Some in Pennsylvania require to be a 4-year degree certified teacher in order to be a substitute. Here in Kentucky, just recently, the legislation changed where you need an equivalent of a high school diploma or a GED to be a substitute teacher. But obviously, depending on education attainment, you also need a substitute teacher certification. And so depending on your education attainment, if you have a high school diploma, you get a year certification. If you have a college degree, that certification is a bit longer, a couple of years longer. So also, in addition to that, in Kentucky, a background check and of course a service like ours helps a candidate to go through that process to make sure that they have all of their credentials in line to be able to start to be a substitute teacher.
And what are some of the key benefits to stepping into the role of a substitute educator?
Well, we find many of our candidates who then become employees, they love the opportunity to maybe try a different career. And so what better way to be a substitute teacher to try education, right? So also the idea of flexible schedule. So when you think about a school day, it's very flexible for those folks who may even have a different career. As an example, somebody who might have a career in real estate, but also like to supplement their income of being a substitute teacher. The other, I think, final benefit too is for those that are purpose-driven, who like to work with kids, who are giving back to their communities, being a substitute teacher is a phenomenal way of doing that.
And what training programs and resources are available for those who might be interested?
Right, so we have a very rigorous training program. So prior to being hired, we have a training so that employees or candidates understand, what's going to be expected. Once hired, we then have an orientation training that provides all sorts of preparation in terms of classroom management, what to expect, lesson planning, all sorts of things. And while somebody is a substitute teacher, they also have the opportunity for continued education with Kelly Education. We have thousands of online course modules that anybody can take if they choose to do that. We also have required trainings that we will do throughout the course of the year. If they come back, they also have an opportunity to be able to, experience something else in terms of continued education. Roles available, of course, are substitute teacher opportunities, whether it's elementary, middle, or high school, also in special education classrooms as paraeducators, food and nutrition services, school nursing, IT services, anything that you can think of that requires service for in order for a school to run on a daily basis.
And finally, where can people go to get some more information?
Yeah, so for those that are interested in becoming a substitute teacher or even learning more, I would direct them to our website, wakeupandteach.com. That's wakeupandteach.com. And you'll be able to see all sorts of opportunities in terms of how to become a substitute teacher, different roles, different states, including in Louisville, Kentucky area as well.
All right, thank you so much.